The NFL Combine started today. The Vikings GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah spoke earlier as he watches this year's draft class in action. He also talked about the state of the purple. Take a look.
So I said it earlier, I don't want to be the Vikings GM without that guy on our team. So it's a high priority. We got to make sure that we do it in the order that we can do it in, obviously, given our, all our other decisions we have to make. But it's not just having an elite player, because I think people, maybe they appreciate the talent, maybe they don't. The human, it's even better. Seeing it up close every day, he just wants to win. You know, when I met him, the first time I met him actually, we walk in the building and I made a joke about something else that was happening with the wide receiver at the time, about their contract, and I was like, I just laughed. I say, we won't have any issues. And he says, I just want to put wins on the board. Didn't smile. It wasn't really like this ha-ha thing. It was the way he said it. That's the guy you see on Sunday who won't turn down double teams, whole defense designed to stop him. He's trying to put the Minnesota Vikings on his back. He wants to win a championship. When you have people like that in your building, try everything you can to not let them out.
A lot of questions about Dalvin's future. Do you anticipate him being on the club? And if you had talks about his contract situation?
Dalvin Cook or Dalvin Cook? Dalvin Cook. Again, starts with having a great player, great leader. Otherwise, we're just going to try and the NFL, you have a lot of constraints, salary cap, different things, and we're trying to figure out how we can operate in those things. But you always start with a great player, a great leader, and we'll go from there.
Somebody of Brian Flores' caliber to your coaching staff guy who could be a head coach, how does that help you guys?
I can't say enough great things about that addition. It's not just the football mind, which is special. As I talked about when we got our list together, I'm always going to be a numbers guy, so I'm always going to go look at the results of his defenses. And they played a lot of good, efficient football with a lot of young players, and that's something that really drew us to him. And then you talk about the leader, how passionate he is. He's just an energetic, great. He fits so well in our culture, where our culture is positivity, it's passionate, and he fits really well into that. We need the leader, we need the football mind, we need the developer. We also need the personnel guy. He has a really extensive personnel background. So it's not just about the players we draft this year or in free agency. It's about reshaping our vision for the roster going forward, not just to compete in today's NFL, but where it could go. He's the type of thinker that I need, combined with Kevin, that'll help us do that. What's so great about him is he's very specific about why he wants what he wants, but he also understands the market dynamics. So he understands that, hey, yeah, I could go in and just say I need the best corner, the best pass rush, the best things, but he also knows from a personnel standpoint, those are the things that everybody else wants. So he's designed defenses and systems, really it's systems that allow to account for those things and really be able to overcome them.
You didn't have a lot of problems making trades in your first year as a GM. Your two biggest were with the Lions. Just curious, why was it easy to work with Brad Holmes, and why do you feel it's okay to make big trades within the division? Yeah,
that's a tough one. I know that ultimately your first path to the playoffs is winning your division, right? So you never want to obviously make your division stronger, but ultimately the best path I have to the playoffs is putting the best team on the field. And so that's where that starts. Brad and I have a really good relationship. I said earlier, I'm not trying to – you can do trades where both sides kind of know what their interests are and both can win. You know, sometimes you're trading time value. So my needs might be more current. His needs might be future. So you can come together and trade a player for draft picks and have that make sense. There's no reason that you need to run people over or whatever. I plan on being in this business more than 1 year. I want to be able to pick up the phone and call people and do those things. So that's how I dealt in this business. That's how I dealt in Wall Street. I wasn't the guy that was going to call people up and try and see when they were vulnerable or convince them to do something they want to do. I have a vision of what I think player value is or whatever, and I'm trying to do that. And if you have your vision and that can work, then let's meet together in the middle. If not, then we'll go our separate ways and do all alternatives. You know, it's let's go all the way numbers. Let's go full numbers. So we talk about necessary and sufficient conditions, right, in math. And so a necessary condition is having a starter-level quarterback, a quarterback of above certain threshold. Now, that doesn't mean for sure you're going to win. That's not the only thing you need, but that is one of the things you need, right? So having a good level quarterback is a necessary condition. Kirk quarterback meets that threshold, so we know that. Okay, well now, how do you build the rest of the team around him to make sure that you can win in that way? Different quarterbacks require different things around him, but we know that for sure he meets that threshold. How long does he meet that threshold? Those are things we got to answer. Is there a chance to add somebody maybe with different skill sets? Those are all questions we got to answer, so there's not one right way, but I do know one thing. I know he is good enough. He meets that first threshold, and that's a question that a lot of people can't answer with a yes, so we got to make sure that we treat that in the proper importance that it is.